Hello Unity folks, this is Tim Grotman. I want to show you something we call Good Drop. So if you've done Unity development before with Android publishing, you've noticed like when you go to the build settings and you hit build and run on the Android platform, it'll publish to your first connected device. And that's great, but we've enhanced this a lot by providing a new Good Drop panel, which adds a lot of capabilities, including publishing to multiple devices. So it has a device tab, and here I can see all my connected devices. So right now I have what you see here is there's the Ouya for one. Let's see. Okay, it's still on live. And then I have on screen you're going to see there's the Kindle Fire 2nd generation, a Nexus 10, and the Kindle Fire HD. Alright, so when you have all these devices connected, you get to the step where you want to deploy. So we've prepared a couple APKs here for testing. We have a Good Drop example, 1 and 2. And in this panel you can do a lot of different things. This is the Deploy tab. You can drag and drop APKs to the panel, and what you can do with this panel is deploy a whole bunch of APKs to all your connected devices. So I'll show you an example of what it does. So here we have a couple of APKs selected. Now I can just go to the Run tab and I can say, okay, run this APK on the devices that are checked, which is all of them. This is my phone, and it's not plugged in right now. Okay, but I still have the 4 devices here. Alright, so I'm going to hit Run, Perform Action, and you can see it launch on all the devices here. So a lot of things that happens when you're testing APKs is you want to turn it off, and you can go to the physical device, hit the menu, close it, whatever. But we also have an action where you can say, alright, just turn them all off, kill all the processes that are checked. So I'll hit that. And here it turned off the app that I was running. Alright, I'll check another APK. So here, we'll do a quick iteration here. So we run, and we see version 2, and oh, yep, that's Good Drop. Okay, you can kill the process. And now let's switch to a different APK, and we can run that on all the devices, make sure it works. Okay, also you have the capability of installing. So let's do a couple different things here. I'll select the APKs I'm interested in, and I'll go to the uninstall. So basically we'll start fresh. Okay, and that will uninstall the APKs that I have selected on all the devices that are connected. Alright, now I'm going to install and run on all the connected devices. Now for our sample APK here, it's the smallest size. Typically your Android APK is going to be somewhere around 7 megs, and then as you add content it will get bigger and bigger, up to like the required size. Some full games can be anywhere between 50 and 150 megs. Or like on the Ouya, where you have, I think the limit is like 750 for content downloads that they host. Anyway, alright, so I am able to install and run on each of the devices. And it's running here. Okay. So let's kill those. And now that I have the APK installed on all the devices, now when I run example 2, I can hit run, perform the action, Okay, we also have some debug output. So when you run your APK, I've started. So this is the bundle identifier. It's running on that's my Nexus 10. Okay, let's kill all the processes, including that process. There we go. All right, let's run that process. Okay, so now they can all run example 1. I'll kill the process. Okay, example 2, run. The example 2 is only installed on one of them, so hang on a second. Kill. We just want to make sure that it is installed on everything. Successfully installed. Installed. Okay, run. Okay, good drop 2. Looks like it's installed on everything except for the Nexus 10. So, kill it. You can say, okay, what's up, Nexus 10? It's this guy. He's connected over wireless ADB. So you can see that I'm publishing with connected devices and wireless. So I'll uncheck everything except for my Nexus 10 and say, okay, go ahead and uninstall. Completed. All right. Install. Okay, it's installing. Okay, so there's a lot more stuff we can do here. Oh, result successfully installed. There we go. All right, now that we're installed on all the devices, now I can say run. Oh, and it launches. Okay, so now get turn on all my devices except for my phone. Make sure it's off on everybody. Run it again. And there we go. All right, so this is just one part of the functionality. We can do other such great things as right click and tell me we have information. Okay, so there's this little question mark here. And like for the Ouya Create contest, I had to go through a whole bunch of these and make sure they had the right intent. And now, like all the files that you have listed, you can just click the question mark and it'll show you what the intent is in the different APK settings, what the bundle identifier is. As you click each row, it will appear over in the APK summary. Alright, GoodDrop also has a file menu up here where you can browse to an APK to add it to the list. You can add a folder of APKs. It keeps a history of all your the APKs you've worked with, so you can go in your history and I was playing Sky Arena, and you have a recent list. There's You can add wireless ADB devices. For ADB, you can do handy things like killing the ADB server if your device isn't showing up to refresh your device list. You can run custom commands. Just help links to get to the website. Okay, so let's look at devices. Here we go. Now another thing that I can do is click on a device and hit this refresh package button. Okay, and when it finishes, if I right click again, I can look at all the packages that are installed on that Android device, and if I click any of these, RGB agent, okay, and then I will download, let's see, I'll put it in the deploy folder here. Okay, so RGB agent was on my Ouya. I'm just going to download it. Okay, now that it's downloaded, it pops up a little window to say, hey, you downloaded it. And now, on the deploy tab, here's some of the drag and drop functionality. So I can drag and drop this downloaded APK and drop it right on the drag and drop control. And now it's in my APK list. And now I can say, hey, install this RGB agent, right? Grab it from the Ouya, stick it on my phone. Grab it from the Ouya, stick it on my Nexus 10. So I'll just install and run that guy. So it'll run it on, install and run it on the Kindle, both Kindles, the HD and the Fire, and on the Nexus 10 and on the Ouya. Now depending on the size, you know, this is a 13 meg APK, so it's going to take, you know, you have like 20 seconds of install time. But if you've done any like console development before, sometimes it can take like 20 minutes to publish, and this way you can publish directly to your device, and it's a lot faster. You don't have to go through that build process. It's just copying the bits. And another thing, Unity has the build and run option, but what about just running? You already want to run a previous build, or maybe you have a list of all your different versions, like how we have 1 and 2. You could have like 14 different versions. If you broke something, you might want to go back and say, hey, is this still broken on this? Is it a hardware issue? Is it a software issue? Then you can use this as version control for quick running without having to go back, like revert your code, republish, rebuild, deploy. You know, it could be like an hour until you run into the issue. Or you just click, okay, I want that version, deploy it, run it. And if it's already installed, you can just run it. Or if you know, or then it's just copying it over. Oh, so it's installed and run. It's running on the Nexus 10, and now it's copying over to the Kindles. Alright, well this has been a preview of Good Drop. You're going to see a lot more videos, and you're going to see Good Drop in the store. Initially, we have the local functionality, so it's publishing to wireless ADB and local connected USB devices. But we also have plans to release our other components, which are Good Drop also works over the internet and over your network. So you can publish to your machine locally, or you can publish to a remote computer in your network that has connected devices. And we'll show more about that in the coming weeks. Alright, thanks a lot, Unity folks, and thanks for watching.